Have you ever wondered what happens when two powerful political figures like Gavin Newsom and Donald Trump clash head-on? What does it mean when one state stands firm against the policies of a former president? Well, today we're diving deep into this ongoing political saga. And trust me, it's more than just politics as usual. In fact, this struggle could reshape how we view the future of American governance. Stick around to discover how Newsom's defiance could set the stage for more political battles in the years to come. Gavin Newsom, the Democratic governor of California, has been an outspoken critic of Donald Trump's policies for years. But it's not just a matter of political opposition. Newsom has made resisting Trump's policies a cornerstone of his leadership. Let's take a look at the moment when things really started heating up. Picture this: Trump pushing for tighter immigration laws, while Newsom doubles down on his sanctuary state policies. The tension between them couldn't have been more palpable. So what's at stake for California, and for the nation? Of course, immigration wasn't the only point of contention. No, there's much more to Newsom's resistance. Let's dive into the climate change policies, where the stakes are even higher. Now here's where things get interesting. Trump's withdrawal from the Paris Climate Agreement sent shockwaves across the globe. But Gavin Newsom? He was quick to declare that California would stay committed to reducing carbon emissions, even if it meant going it alone. But why does it matter so much? Well, California is the fifth largest economy in the world. What happens here doesn't just stay here, it sends a signal to the rest of the world. So, was Newsom's commitment to the environment a power play or a moral stance? Speaking of power plays, the battle over healthcare is where Newsom's resistance really began to stir up some debate. When Donald Trump tried to dismantle the Affordable Care Act, many governors cowered in fear, but not Gavin Newsom. Instead, he pushed forward with his own plans to expand healthcare in California. But here's the kicker: he didn't just oppose Trump's healthcare cuts. He made promises to make healthcare more affordable and accessible in one of the nation's most expensive states. And trust me, it wasn't a smooth road ahead. You think that policy fights are just about facts and figures? Think again. Now there's more to Newsom's resistance than just his stance on healthcare. When you think of California, you think of Hollywood, right? Well, Newsom's policies have even been in direct opposition to Trump's stance on media and free speech. Point 4. Media and free speech. Trump's attacks on the media were a hallmark of his presidency. But Gavin Newsom, ever the defender of free speech, pushed back hard against what he saw as a threat to journalistic integrity. The California governor made it clear he would not back down from defending the free press, especially when Trump accused journalists of being fake news. But why did Newsom take this stance? Was it really just about defending the truth? Or was it about protecting California's image as a liberal haven? But the drama doesn't stop there. Newsom's opposition to Trump doesn't just affect California's policies. It could have national consequences. Let's talk about the political chess game that's unfolding. Point 5. Political power and public opinion. Now let's take a step back. Gavin Newsom's defiance against Trump isn't just about policy, it's about political power. As a leader of the most populous state in the nation, Newsom's actions have ripple effects across the country. And here's the twist: while Trump's approval ratings dropped, Newsom's political stock rose. So, is Newsom merely a political opportunist, or is he genuinely looking to lead in a post-Trump era? You've seen how Newsom has managed to handle Trump's policies head-on, but what about his future? Is this all just a stepping stone to bigger things? Act 2, the education showdown. Point 6, education policy conflict. Now let's talk about education. In a state like California, education is everything. Newsom has opposed Trump's push for federal education standards, opting instead to uphold the state's right to shape its own educational policies. From sanctuary schools to opposing cuts to public education, Newsom's education policies clash with Trump's vision. So, is Newsom trying to build an educational utopia, or is he simply trying to stay in the headlines? Is his resistance actually helping California students, or is it all just a political show? Now, speaking of headlines, Newsom's leadership isn't just about resistance, it's about making waves. But what happens when his bold moves stir up controversy? While Newsom's resistance to Trump was a defining aspect of his tenure, his political future has also been a key focus. In 2022, Newsom faced a recall election. a direct challenge from those who wanted to see him gone. But here's where things get even more intriguing. Not only did Newsom the recall, he thrived. His refusal to back down from Trump's policies played a huge role in securing his re-election. But now the big question on everyone's mind is, could Newsom have his eyes set on a presidential run? Is this resistance just the beginning of a much bigger political career? Transition? Before we get into what's next for Newsom's future, let's pause for a moment. If you're enjoying the breakdown of this political saga, just wait. Things are about to take an unexpected turn. You'll want to stick around for the shocking final twist in this story. Gavin Newsom's policies may have seemed like a protest against Trump, but the reality is that California's influence has ripple effects far beyond the state. While Trump tried to impose his vision on the country, Newsom has made sure that California's progressive ideals continue to thrive. Whether it's climate change, immigration, or education, Newsom has been pushing back in ways that could shape national policy for years to come. But here's the twist. What if Newsom's defiance isn't just about California? What if it's setting a precedent for future political battles nationwide? Transition. And this brings us to the final, most exciting question of all. After everything we've seen, the real question remains. With Trump out of office, will Newsom continue to fight for his progressive ideals, or will he pivot toward a new direction? Could a future President Newsom reshape the landscape of American politics? The answers are more uncertain than ever, but one thing's for sure, the political showdown between Newsom and Trump is just a prologue. You see, Gavin Newsom's resistance to Trump's policies is just one chapter in an ongoing political drama that will unfold for years to come. But while we're on the topic of big ideas, have you ever wondered why India's space missions are so cheap, and how they managed to beat the world's superpowers in space exploration? Click the link in the description to find out more about India's low-cost space missions and how they could change the future of space travel. You won't want to miss it.